Matter. Matter is classified as pure and impure. Pure matter is classified as elements and compounds, and impure matter is called mixtures. We know that mixtures are further classified as being homogeneous mixtures and heterogeneous mixtures. All the homogeneous mixtures are called solutions, where two or more substances mix uniformly. Whereas in heterogeneous mixtures, there is no uniform composition. Heterogeneous mixtures are further classified as suspensions and colloids. We know solutions in detail. So let us study about suspensions and colloids in this lesson. Let us begin with what are suspensions. Let's take an example of mud and water. Here, mud and water do not mix with each other uniformly. The mud does not dissolve in water. So this type of a mixture is called a suspension, where the particles of the mud are suspended in water, they are not dissolving in water. You can easily identify that water is mixed with mud here because the particles of the solute, that is the mud, are quite large to be visible. So we define suspensions as a heterogeneous mixture in which the solute particles do not dissolve but remain suspended throughout the bulk of the medium. Now let us see what are the properties of a suspension. A suspension is a heterogeneous mixture, and when we look at mud and water, we can see the mud particles inside. That means the mud particles, which are the solute particles, are quite large. So the solute particle size in suspension is about 100 nanometers. The third property says that a suspension is unstable. If we leave this mud-water mixture undisturbed for some time, we will see that the mud particles settle down at the bottom. So we say that suspensions are unstable. The fourth property says that the particles in suspensions are not evenly distributed. As you can see in this example, the mud particles are not evenly distributed throughout the water. The fourth property says that suspensions can easily be separated through filtration. If we filter this mud-water mixture, what happens is the mud will be easily separated from water. The last property says that suspensions do show Tyndall effect. Tyndall effect is nothing but scattering of light by particles. Suppose we have mud water, which is suspension. We project a beam of light on it. We see that the light path is visible inside the suspension. That is because the solute particles are quite large in a suspension, so they can scatter the beam of light. Thus, light path is visible inside.